All right, I got Toronto market news coming up. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Supreme Court denying Toronto Real Estate Board's appeal to keep the sales data private. Coming up next, we're going to talk about how it's going to affect you as a consumer and you real estate agents. We're going to talk about how it's going to affect us. Coming up next. All right, like I said, today's video, we're talking about the Toronto Real Estate Board, also known as TREB. They've been denied their appeal to keep their sales data privately. Now, obviously as a consumer, you got to be ecstatic because bottom line is you're going to be able to find out what stuff is selling in and around your property without having to, fake and call real estate agents, get those annoying agents to call you back or to follow up and do all that and to pretend you're a buyer when you're not and you're just really looking to potentially get that information of what's selling to know what your property's worth. You have no intentions of selling, but in this crazy market, it's always great to track what you bought and what the value is now. So guys, congratulations. We finally did it in terms of you're going to have these websites that are going to be all over the place in terms of sales data. Now, real estate agents, what does this mean for us? Well, for one, if you rely on people calling you to obviously the tire kickers, the tire wasters, the ones that are just, calling us and nosy neighbors, want to know what everything's selling for, and they have really no intention, to me, if you rely on this cluster of people to try to get and siphon through the many calls to get your actual seller or buyer, obviously it's going to be a downfall to your marketing strategy because bottom line is then it's not going to happen as much anymore. So anyone relying on this, like I said, scary moment for you, I guess, but to me, what you really got to be focusing on is not going after this type of potential buyer or client. You want to be attacking, marketing on a different level. So if you're scared, you should be. The way I look at this, TREB's fighting and saying that their whole, idea of keeping this private is to protect sellers and buyers of this information because we don't want, or they don't want this information to be public because it's a private matter. But the way I look at it, it's like anything, you follow the money and it tells you the root of what's going on. TREB's got, 50,000 members. 25,000 members did either one deal or less last year. So there's a good 10,000 members that essentially do no business and have, a membership for the sake of getting this data. Maybe they're going to buy something or whatever and it doesn't plan on, and they still renew their membership. So TREB's really protecting their own interests of the money because if you do the math, if there's 10,000 at roughly $800 a year that TREB makes, it's a lot of money at stake. And TREB doesn't want to lose that. They're a business, they got to make money. So they're really protecting their own interests. So I wouldn't fall into too much, hey, they're trying to protect the data. The US went public with all their information 10 years ago. It never really affected anything. It just, like I said, to me, frees up the phones for us agents that are working on a daily, that we don't need to answer the phone and find out data information for people that have really no potential of doing anything anytime soon, maybe down the road a couple of years. But like I said, there's a lot of time waste if you do a lot of marketing to get your phone ringing that people just call you to get basic information. So to me, this is a great thing. I think it's going to open the market up for websites that are going to start marketing. Zillow's coming to Canada, so depending on their strategy, they might just do the same thing they're doing in the US and implement this in Canada. Because I know they were doing a side deal with one of the brokerages here, and more or less we're going to advertise, based on that marketing strategy. But maybe they'll change their tune, open up the sales desk. That might be a really good website to follow. I think all the other major websites. Realtor.ca, let's hope that they do something, because right now their website is one of the worst websites to be using to look for, any type of real estate. But hopefully they revamp their website and add a feature to see what's selling. So this is a positive for the market. Shouldn't be a negative for real estate agents. Like I said, to me, you gotta step your game up, start doing different types of marketing tactics. All in all, great news. How's this affecting you? Are you excited? I'd like to hear from it. Comment, like, share, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care.